Namaste children. Today we are going to study block number 19, sexual reproduction in plants. As you have studied in your previous class that the main reproductive part of the plant is the flower. So first of all we are going to recall the main common parts of the flower. Then we are going to start with LP1, the main topic which we are going to take or cover in this video are the types of pollination, means self and cross pollination, their main advantages and disadvantages. So let's start with the main common parts of the flower. The first main common part of the flower is the sepal, which is at the bottom, which is green leaf like structure which protects the flower during its bud stage. Next is the brightly colored part of the flower, that is the petal, which mostly attracts the insects or the human beings towards them. The next is the male reproductive part of the flower, that is the stamen, as the name indicate MEN, which indicate that there are more than one male in a flower. The stamen is the male reproductive part of the flower. It consists of anther and filament. The upper portion is known as anther and the lower portion is known as filament. The female reproductive part of the flower is known as pistil. It consists of mainly three parts: stigma, style and ovary. Now these were the main common parts of the flower. Now let's move towards the main topic. That means we are going to start what is pollination, the types of pollination, means self and cross pollination, their advantages and disadvantages. So let's start. First of all, we are going to talk about the vocabulary words. The main words which came in this chapter are cross pollination, dispersal, fertilization, germination, self pollination. So let's start about the main topic, that is sexual reproduction. What does it involves? It involves the male and female parts of the flower, means the stamen as well as the pistil. The sexual reproduction, it consists of 4 stages. After the completion of these 4 stages, the sexual reproduction process completes. The first stage of sexual reproduction is pollination. So let's start with the first topic, that is the pollination. What is mean by pollination? It is the transfer of pollen grain. Pollen grain is the male gamete which is present inside the anther, means male reproductive part. It is present in male reproductive part, that is stamen, and pollen grain is the male gamete. It is the transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma. Pollen grains are very light weighted. They are present inside the anther, and the transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma is known as pollination. Pollination is usually carried out by the insects such as bees, butterflies, wind and water. These are the main agents which help in the process of pollination. So let's check out one picture for you. I have selected one picture for you. You can see the bee which is there. The transfer of pollen grain, this is the pollen grain which is present inside the stamen, and the transfer of the pollen grain from anther is on the top. The transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma, that is known as pollination. It can be done with the help of a insect, by the wind or by the water. So why pollination is important? Why reproduction is important? The main common reason is to continue the species. The main reason is to continue the species. If we want the species of the plants to be continued, the pollination is important. Before starting the main 2 types of the pollination, we are going to talk about bisexual and unisexual flowers. Bisexual, as the name indicates, of the flower is containing both the reproductive part, means the male and the female. If the flower is containing both the reproductive part in one flower, it means it is known as bisexual flower. But if the flower is containing either the male or the female in a flower, is known as unisexual flower. Some examples of bisexual flowers are datura, as it is given in the picture, rose, china rose, sunflower. These are the main common examples of bisexual flowers. Unisexual is papaya, that it is the figure is shown. It can be cucumber, it can be bitter gourd, watermelon. These are some of the examples of unisexual flowers. Means they are flowers are either containing male or female reproductive part. Let's start with the main two parts of the pollination. Types of pollination, that is self and cross. This is one of the figure that is shown to you. If the transfer of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma occur in the same flower, that is known as self pollination, or occur in another flower of the same plant. You can see the same plant. This is known as also self pollination. There is one more picture for you. If the transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma occur in the same flower, that is self pollination. If occurred in another flower of the same plant, that is also known as self pollination. But if the transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma occur in another flower of the same kind, another flower, you can see the another flower, and the plant is also not the same, so that is known as cross pollination. So let's talk about the definition. The transfer of pollen grain within one flower, that is known as self pollination. Pollen grain from anther are transferred onto the stigma. Cross pollination, the transfer of pollen from the flower of one plant to the flower of a plant having different genetic constitution. Different genetic constitution means one flower can be white and one flower can be red, but the flower should be same. Means both the flowers should be of China rose, but the color can be different, so that we can get the new species of the seeds or the new plant. So let's check it out, the main advantages of self and cross pollination. The advantages of self pollination are that the pollination will be sure, parental characters are preserved, fewer pollen grains are needed, flowers are not large, showy, scented, have nectar. Plants need not to be more showy because they do not require any kinds of agents for the process of pollination. Next, the disadvantages of self pollination: offsprings get weaker. Means the seeds which we are getting are not so strong, they are weaker. New variety not possible, no new variety can be seen in the seeds. Weaker strains cannot be eliminated. Now, last topic of today's video is advantages and disadvantages of cross pollination. Healthier offsprings, means the healthier seeds we are getting. New varieties can be produced. Seeds are abundant and good quality. The seeds which we are getting up from the cross pollination, they are abundant and they are better quality type of seeds. Disadvantages: pollination is always not sure, because it is not always be sure that the pollen grain will stick on the stigma. They can be flew away and can stick to some other species. So the pollination, cross pollination, is always not sure. Lot of pollen is to be produced and wasted. Flower may have to be large, showy, scented and have nectar because they have to attract the insects. Cross pollination is always depend on the agents, means on the flower, means on the insects. So insects will always attract the flower which is more showy. So this is the last topic which we have learned today. So as a conclusion, we have learned that the fusion of male and female gamete is known as self pollination for the production of seed. Sexual reproduction is required. Sexual reproduction involves 4 stages, that is pollination. We have learned about the pollination. Next 3 stages we are going to learn in the coming videos, that is the fertilization, dispersal and germination of seed. Transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma is known as pollination. We have learned about the 2 types of pollination, that is self and the cross. We have learned about the bisexual and unisexual flowers. Plus we have learned about the advantages and disadvantages of self and cross pollination both. I hope this video might be beneficial for you. Thank you.